Congratulations, first of all, on the meteoric rise of this show. Congratulations specifically on your character as well, because I was going to make the joke that I don't know why she's named Melissa King, because she's our little queen of empathy. She she is a fan favorite for sure. I wanted to talk about the fact that you said she's a challenge for you because of her kind of sweetness and peppiness and energy. Can you talk about that and perhaps how that goes against your own personality?
Yeah, I'm sarcastic and not and irreverent at all times. And I think having someone so sweet, I always there's a part of me that always wants to make a joke, and it's just like, no, that's not her. That's just not Mel.
It's really interesting because obviously, when the creators made this show, they're saying something very specific about the healthcare or the state of healthcare today. What do you think it says about the fact that Mel is kind of the only little ray of sunshine, the only celebration in a world of cynicism?
I feel like it makes Mel very young feeling. I think because you can see how the world has broken down and kind of beaten down both Robbie and Dr. Abbott. And I think to have someone who's just so excited is it just gives you the older, the more beaten down, it gives you a better lease on life of just like, oh, I'm not stopping to smell the flowers here. I should probably slow it down a little bit and enjoy some things.
When we look at characters like Mel compared to even Robbie, who's supposed to be kind of the central heroic figure, Robbie has his flaws. Tons of the other doctors obviously have their flaws. Some get in legal trouble, et cetera, et cetera. And here we have once again our queen, basically just kind of going about her business. What, if anything, are you playing internally that perhaps you see as a flaw for Melissa?
Being in your own world is kind of tough because, well, a lot of people just don't get you, but it also, you can kind of create the sunshine wherever you go if you're that kind of person. She'd be the cheeriest person at a gravesite. It just would be. And like she would definitely know it's somber and everyone needs to be sad. But, like for some reason she would just be like, "But isn't it great how many people came?" And you're like, "I yeah, I guess so. I'd never thought of it that way."
You've already kind of discussed about how you've included some of your own neurospiciness, let's put it that way. Your own personal traits into Mel, specifically related to ADHD. How much of that was already in the script? How much of that did you discuss with the writers? Because it does seem like she is supposed to represent, uh, quite a few people on the autism spectrum. Have you discussed that at all with anybody else?
I did. Well, also autism and ADHD are on the same spectrum now. And so partially because for some reason people thought that it was either one or the other, but also all of our symptoms are the same. They had different reasons for the symptoms, but the same symptoms. And it's relatively new. And I think, as I say, everyone with ADHD, it's kind of like, oh, this makes so much more sense. And all those with who are more on the autism side are like, and that's why we got along with them. Got it. But I think we talked about, some of the writing was pretty obvious to me. And before we even started, I talked to John Wells and Scott Gemmell on it, and it was just kind of like, we can lean in if you want, because I'm on that shared spectrum. So I know these days everyone has to have the thing they play, which personally I find a little ridiculous. If you come at it from like you researched and you respect it and you're not judging it,
Mhm.
go do it. But it was never fully like, let's pull the trigger on it. It was just kind of like, yeah, we'll figure it out.
No, it's fantastic. It really it leads to the realness of the character, I think, that way as well. Because she seems very well rounded and an excellent representation of the spectrum, like you were saying. So
And she's not diagnosed, so
there you go. See, it's perfect. The technical aspect of this show absolutely blows me away because I can only imagine the chaos that that set is in terms of where the camera is. Like it has to be a carefully choreographed dance. So I'm curious, did you even get any kind of rehearsal time to know exactly where the cameras are going to be and where you need to be at any given point?
Not really. We rehearse, we show once, and then we start shooting, which is
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, it got better and better. But at the beginning, we were getting actually bumped and hit by the camera a lot, which was, like I'd turn for a tool and be like, oh, that's my nose. Okay. And it was just, our whole camera department is amazing. Jojo, our DP is amazing. Our camera ops are amazing. And it was a bunch of just like, all right, I'm gonna go here if you go. And I would love for them to show some behind the scenes because it's a lot of like matrix moves.
Oh yeah.
Like we'll do something and then we just like sink below and then like let the camera go over us as we like come back, and it's pretty crazy.
That's amazing too, because you're already challenged as an actor with the medical terminology that I'm sure is there as well. That has to be, that script almost reads like, I think I'm a huge Star Trek fan. It's that techno babble. It doesn't make any sense to 90% of the audience, right? But you have to be 100% certain about that. So again, technically, um, how much of a challenge was the script and everything for you?
Sorry, my parents' dog. Um, it's constantly a challenge.
Yeah.
And there was an issue that I'm just gonna not trust anymore. There was a key of how to pronounce everything, but a few times it was wrong. And so I'd come ready because I learned how to pronounce this thing and I'd say it and they go, that's not it. And I'm like, no, no. Like I've been in the shower, like saying it over and over again, making sure I got it. And then it would be the incorrect pronunciation. It's intense. I mean, some people like Noah obviously are easier at that, or Supriya because she's an MCAT tutor still.
Right.
They're much easier to latch onto that kind of stuff.
It has to almost be like Shakespeare, where you have no wiggle room to get it wrong. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody's going to, yeah, that's
and
very,
like Shakespeare, you have to know what it means.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Well
I mean, I
said.
do. I can't regurgitate anything I've never been able to for tests or anything. It's just like, no, got to know what everything means and how everything works.
Right.
Um, but yeah, same with Shakespeare. You can tell bad Shakespeare when they have no idea what they're saying.
Well, speaking of that kind of technical aspect of it and hair and makeup and things like that, the scene where you so succinctly just say, "I see hair," not only one of the funniest scenes, but also a moment where I go, "Oh, well, I haven't seen that since my first son was born." Where I just went, "Well, this is a real medical show. It
Yep.
doesn't shy away from that kind of thing." Do you have any funny stories about that? Like how good are you first and foremost about anything that's kind of, you know, gory perhaps or a little too scientific? Or do you have any great stories about somebody fainting on set or anything like that?
No, we all get. It's tough for us sometimes. I mean, the pregnancy episode was every woman who was around. I heard them all say, "Never getting pregnant. Never doing this. Never doing
Yeah.
this." Which made sense because of what we had to see. And especially because we had a NICU OB nurse with us who's been a veteran NICU OB nurse for 24 years at Cedars. Megan, she's amazing. But we would kind of go up going, I mean, this is a little extra, right? And she goes, no. And we'd be like, so this is it? This is normal? Well, it wouldn't be that much blood. She goes, yeah, it would. And you're just kind of like, whew, okay, just gonna breathe through that.
Yeah.
Try and be okay. There was only one time where I kind of went, ooh, I need to sit down for a second. And that was definitely in that episode. And they cut a lot out of that episode
Wow.
for good reason because it was so over the top, but it was 100% real. But
Right.
it felt so over the top that I think they might have thought it was too much for an audience. There was a shot that I don't think they used that was just, full frontal, and they just pumped blood through, and it was like shooting out. It was the elevators in The Shining. It was fully like, and then that was of course, where I'm like, that's not realistic, right? And Megan's just like, and you're like, oh my God. And that was the only time I was like, I need to sit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some water. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna breathe. Yeah. I was nervous. I am very, it's not squeamish. I pass out easily. And so I was terrified starting this job. Just terrified. I'm like, I swear it's just gonna be one scene and I'll just be on the ground. So the way I did it is I had to see how they did everything first. So I'd go up to either makeup or to special effects and see how it was rigged. So I'd need to see, like, do you remember it was a scabbed over, like, nicked artery that was it squirted all over Gerran Whitaker. And I'm the one that, like, stops it.
Yeah.
So I had to go behind the wall, which is where they had this rig and a pump going through. And I was like, okay. And, someone had a video of it and they showed me it. So I was like, okay.
Well, that's funny because, I mean, the show's already hit, but I mean, if it ever starts to go downhill, you can resell it to high schools across America and just, really prepare the kids for reality that way. That's perfect for health class.
That'll help. That'll shut it down faster than most other things.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah. Like I said, we got to talk about season 2. The rumor mill is that you've been picked up for a January start. Is that, as far as I know, correct?
For airing, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Have you already started shooting season 2 then?
No, they have to, I mean, I think they're doing the same thing as they did before, which is they wrote all the 15 episodes. They had them.
Wow. Yeah.
And so we came in with everything not set in stone, but kind of set in stone.
Yeah.
And so that's what they're doing now. And so we go to do boot camp June 1st, and then we shoot after that.
Okay. Soon
and
enough.
We have legitimately no idea what season 2 is.
Yeah.
I know I'm getting really antsy because it's just like, can you just give us a hint? Like how,
Right.
when does it take place? Is it a month later? Is it like, I remember reading somewhere, not hearing it, but reading somewhere that our showrunner creator, Scott Gemmell, said it's not going to be the next day and it's not going to be a year from then. And it's like, well, that leaves every other day. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So your guess is as good as everybody else's. Taylor, thank you so much for your time. This was fantastic. Love the show. Love Mel. Please keep it up. Keep our queen, protect her at all costs. And hopefully we'll talk to you about season 2. Okay.
That's great. Thank you.
Hey, Real students, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe to Real School, click that round Real School logo right beside me. Also, click that damn notification bell so you're aware of all of Real School's new content. You can follow me on Twitter, and of course, if you get anything out of Real School, you can always give a little back. Just click the link in the description below or the button down there, and you can become part of my Patreon team.